Hello there! This time, I will invite you to learn with us to teaching literature in ESL classroom using movie. But there is a big question in my mind, especially for you as a teacher. Do you like watching an English movie? What movies do you like? And do you know if movies can help you to improve your English skills? If you can answer that, it means that you are able to teaching literature in your class. But remember that not all movies can you use to teach literature. Because what? Because there are several things that you must know, and you must be able to choose and sort out the more movies that you will to teach in your class. For what? What is the reason? What benefits we will get? Do you want to know the answers? Look at the following explanation.
Why movie considered as literature? Simply, movies are literature because they can be analyzed and interpreted in the same ways as traditional written literature. All the elements of fiction that are present in written literature are present in literature presented as a film. The teacher can use movies that are adaptation of works of written literature, movies for which there is no full and even short video clips. And that what is the benefit of using movie in English classroom? There are some benefits of using movie in English classroom. The first is to help increase the critical thinking and analytical skill about literature of the students. The second is using movies in learning can increase motivation and attract students' attention to follow the ongoing learning. The third is movies are also able to improve students' right brain abilities through color, music, visualization, and emotion shown in film. And the last is by using movies, students also can enhance their listening and speaking skills. Several things to consider before choosing the movies. Movies should be chosen with educational objectives in mind. The time and content should be such that they should not prove to be purely entertainment for the student, rather rich in content while being enticing and motivating for the students. Screening of movies must also pay attention to the target audience. Of course, films given for elementary school level will be different from students and the junior or senior high school level. For example, at the elementary level, films that are like and entertaining but contain educational values such as animation, which contain moral values about friendship, solidarity, and efforts to reach goals. Whereas for the upper middle level, educational films with higher levels can be shown, which the film illustrates political events in or films depicting biographies of inspirational speakers.
Now we move on to the next section. In this section, I will explain to you about some activities that you can use to teach your students in your English classroom by using movie. There are 4 activities. The first is predicting and summarizing. This is a 2-part activity. First, have your students to watch a movie scene. Then, have them to try to write down a summary of everything happening in it. They can take some notes discussing the key points with their classmates, and even give their thoughts of the clip that possibly covers the vocabularies and structure question along the way. After the discussion and notes, have your students to share their summarized one by one. Have them practice speaking and expressing themselves in English by comparing the scene to a part of their daily life. Then, you will ask your students what they think will happen next. You will write down all their short predictions on the board, and then after that, you will play the rest of the clip. Predicting in English will allow your students to formulate a creative thoughts. This is the key to developing ability to express emotion, feeling, ideas faster and easily in English. The second is silent movie. In the silent movie activity, your students will sit attentively watching a part of the movie without volume. This exercise gives a chance to your students to processing information without worrying about having to hear English words and translate them into their native language in order to understand the meaning. This exercise or this activity takes away any processing of dialogue and allowing your students to fully experience of what they are seeing. After your students have watched the clip, have them to take note and ask a few short questions about what might have been happening in the clip. After the second time around, let them expand their notes and discuss the clip in pairs or group. Once they feel like almost all the questions have been answered and they have a good grasp on what they saw, it's time to get them writing. The third is back to the script. This is another great activity that you can implement in your movie lesson plan. In this activity, you will have to pair your students up and have one student to stand to their back to the screen as their partners tell them what is happening in the movie. After the movie clip finished, the students change places and the exercise will repeat. Each student may have a different way of what they see, and they have to share their perspective in a quick and real-time fashion as they partner intently listen. You can even use a different clip for each student. For example, the first 5 minutes for the first students and the last 5 minutes for their partners. This will keep them on toes and they will collaborate to piece together the entire scene. A good way to help your students to achieve success and build their confidence is by giving them questions prior to showing the movie clip. You can write them on the board or even create a worksheet to hand out. Discuss the questions together and make sure all your students are all clear on what is being asked. The purpose of this activity is to have your students engage in all aspects of the movie clip. This is a great listening and reading comprehension activity with writing and creative elements too. Ask your students to answer to the questions and then you can review the answer by adding communicative aspect into the lesson.
Okay, let me tell you a conclusion of this video. From the content and its explanation, we can conclude that using literature or movie in teaching English is very important and useful for us as an English teacher because by watching the movie or the video given by the teacher, the students can improve their listening skills and the students also can add or find the new vocabularies in English. The students also can more enjoy the teaching and learning process and understand or got the point of the material that given by the teacher. Okay guys, we think that's all about our video using movie in teaching English. Hopefully this video can be useful for us as an English teacher or as a future English teacher. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye. Bye.